Hi guys, welcome to my first tutorial. I made cinnamon rolls today and I just wanted to do a voiceover because I kind of messed up a few things, so I thought it'd be easier to talk through it. This is the list of all the ingredients. I separated it into dough, the filling and the frosting. This made about 6, but if you want to make more you can just double it or triple it, and yeah, it will taste exactly the same. So the first thing I did was heat up the milk for about a minute. I made sure it was warm, not hot, and then I put it into the bowl. Once it's in the bowl, you would just add some yeast and then a smaller quantity of sugar, and you would just give that a mix and just mix it all up until it's all a little bit frothy. You can use a whisk or a spoon, it doesn't really matter, but once it's mixed up you would leave it to sit for about 5 minutes. After that you would add in the melted butter, the rest of the sugar, those 2 quantities, so the rest of the sugar goes into there, and then add an egg and the vanilla. So once that's in there as well, you give it a mix again. So those are all the wet ingredients. And once that's all mixed up, you will then add all the dry ingredients. So yeah, just make sure it's all mixed in well. And then you add in the flour, salt and cinnamon, and mix that, and it should start forming the dough. As you can see, I kind of struggled to mix whilst holding my phone, but yeah, just keep mixing until it kind of forms a ball. So yeah, so like here you can see it's literally just on the thing, and then you will flour your surface and then start kneading the dough. I obviously couldn't do it with one hand, and then just grease a bowl, put it in there, and then put it in a warm, cover it, I forgot, and then put it in a warm area for it to rise, and it should double in size. Whilst you leave that, you can move on to the filling, which is softened butter, brown sugar, you can use light or dark, and cinnamon, and then you just combine that until it's all mixed in properly. If you want, you can separate the butter and melt it, and then just mix the cinnamon and the sugar, and then apply the butter to the dough and then put the cinnamon on. That's probably easier, but like I said, I just wanted to be quick. Once it rises, you just flour your surface again, and then you roll the dough out into like a rectangle, well, as close as you can to a rectangle. Make sure you press the dough to get rid of any gas bubbles, and yeah, start rolling, keep rolling, try and make sure that it's all level, and then sprinkle your filling in. Sprinkle, you don't have to use all of it, I used all of it and I realised it was a lot. It's not really necessary to use all of it, but try and leave the sides empty just so it's easier to roll and the filling doesn't fall out. When you are rolling, just try and pinch the sides again so to make sure the filling doesn't come out, and then you want to cut it into equal little slices. I did not cut mine equally at all. Cover it, let it rise again for about half an hour, and they should double in size. This is what mine looked like. And then you can put them in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes on gas mark 4. Then you can make the frosting, which is cream cheese, butter, icing sugar and vanilla. You don't have to use cream cheese if you don't like it, but I do. Add a tiny bit of salt if you want to, and whisk that all up. You can use a spoon, use a whisk. I didn't use a hand mixer just because it's a really small quantity. I actually used a balloon whisk. Literally use anything that will get rid of lumps. I put mine into a piping bag, you don't have to, but I did just because I wanted to tidy up because I needed to make dinner. So the cinnamon rolls come out whilst it's still warm, put the frosting on top. I literally put it everywhere and then just used a what's it called, a palette knife to just like spread it all around, and that is it. I hope this made sense. If not, I'm sorry, and enjoy.